From the politics in the North Central region in Kwara State, let's bring you some word of Delta State, where the governor, Senator Al-Makura, has called on all citizens of the state to support the actualization of his administration's vision for the state. Addressing leaders and elders from the Delta Central Senatorial District who paid them a thank-you visit in Asaba, the state capital, Governor Al-Makura emphasized that the partnership of all Deltans, irrespective of political affiliation, is needed for the state to grow.
We cannot continue to go to the tribunal for the sake of litigation. If my brothers who are in the tribunal with me today realize that even their people prefer me to them, it's only fair that we do not need to distract our government and our people in the course of governance. But I still plead with you to forgive everybody. We believe that we need a partnership of all, for everyone has a role to play in achieving a greater Delta State.
Delta State Governor Al-Makura. Now, a Benin-based non-governmental organization which takes care of physically challenged children says the center is now overwhelmed by what it describes as the continued abandoning of orphans and physically challenged children by officials of the Edo State government. And the coordinator of the NGO, known as Project Chari Love, Mr. Chris Omusi, said this upon the return of one of the children at the center back to the State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development in Benin City, the Edo State capital, which brought the child and others to the home 3 years ago. Meanwhile, there was mild drama at the State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development when the permanent secretary, who was on seat at the moment of the child's repatriation, also rejected the child, asking that she be taken elsewhere.
Several physically challenged children are being catered for, educated, and benefit from skills acquisition programs offered by this facility run by a non-governmental organization called Project Chari Love in Benin City, the Edo State capital. This girl, whose age is unknown, is Francesca, later renamed Blessing 3 years ago when she was brought to this caregiving home by the Edo State Ministry of Women Affairs. Blessing is not just physically challenged, she is also an orphan who suffers some mental disorder. But regrettably, she is about to be sent back to the ministry because the center is overwhelmed by the cost of caring for Blessing alone.
People have always brought in children that are in exceptionally difficult situations, which we've been receiving with open arms. But for some years now too, the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development of the state has also been bringing people in. But they've given us virtually all the rejects from other orphanage homes. And the pressure, the financial implication is so enormous. We are no longer able to cope. In fact, we are working under extreme stress. And because we can no longer cope, and we do not want to fizzle away because the way things are going now, we just feel that some of the critical cases that the ministry brought to us, we need to return at least one for now. This one has serious mental case. We first told them that Child Love is not a psychiatric hospital in the first place. And this one, in addition to other disabilities that it has serious mental issue. Mental case, and it's not a psychiatric hospital. We don't have psychiatric doctors. Even when we take them to psychiatric hospital, they want to bill us like every other person, and we don't have the money.
At the State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, the coordinator of the NGO, Mr. Chris Omusi, emerges from a brief meeting with the permanent secretary of the ministry.
Well, they've not really given any conclusion. As far as Child Love is concerned, God has helped us to do the best we could in this situation.
Well, we tried to hear from the permanent secretary. This is how he responded.
I didn't invite press who are not taking me. If you appear on any television, I will make sure that you are sued. That's if you are present, you have to go crazy. You have to talk to us. Tell us what's going on.
For now, Blessing's fate in this new environment hangs in the balance as she is yet to be taken in by the ministry.
Well, that's a very touching story. We hope the ministry concerned and even the state government as well do something about this matter, because it affects these children who have no help. From there, we will turn our attention to Anambra State and a collaboration with Ondo State. It's said that one tree cannot make a forest. That is said to be true. This seems to be also what the officials from Anambra and Ondo are thinking when representatives of the Ministry of Education of both states came together in Al-Makura to share ideas and adopt best practices in the sector. The team from Anambra State, led by the Commissioner for Education, Professor Kate Amerua, met with officials of various agencies under the Ministry of Education in Ondo State to review various projects and programs there. The team expressed satisfaction in what they'd seen, commended the Ondo State government for its investment in the sector.
There are new things we are taking away from here. I'm particularly impressed with the exam unit. It's something we need to, do in our state, get the whole thing computerized, be able to deliver better and fast quality education, which is very interesting. And I found also the quality assurance very interesting, because we've been battling, with how to make sure that quality assurance is really quality assurance. But what they are doing in this state, the support of the government, the huge investments that are being made there, they don't have any choice than to do well.
Because when you see people, peers coming to exchange ideas, is to improve quality in the sector. And I can tell you that we have learned from them the same way they are going on with some ideas. It's good for.
The area controller for Zone C, Mr. Victor Dimka, said the 690 cartons of Ibomul drugs and 153 cartons of tramadol without NAFDAC numbers were seized along the Owerri-Eleme Port Harcourt Expressway. The other seizures include 303 cartons of glass dining tables and accessories, as well as 1,430 pieces of used computer bags, all intercepted in the same axis. And finally, on news across Nigeria today, the governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibikule Amosun, has given the state's financial strength a clean bill of health, saying despite the current economic challenges, the state has been effectively meeting its obligations to its workforce. The governor was speaking in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, during a special send-forth reception for retired and retiring permanent secretaries and state heads of service. Mrs. Modukwe Adekunle held at the arcade ground of the governor's office. He used the occasion to announce the commencement of payment of backlog of cooperative deductions and leave bonuses to its workforce.
This is one of those things that we can pick one back and say, if you want this, you will listen to us. You know why? Because they've seen our profile and they know that this profile is a profile that is sustainable. That's what we call gearing. That is the level of your indebtedness and what you make. So they know that we can cope. But all this that I'm saying wouldn't have been possible without our efforts, without your efforts, without those ones that are their efforts. They may say they don't like Amosun space. But lo and behold, that is what is saving us.
Ogun State Governor Ibikule Amosun. That's it for this edition of News Across Nigeria, your go-to program for what's happening across the country. And we thank you so much for staying with us. I'm Olumide Macaulay. See you again.